Vitals of a nation. A geographical area cannot be called a nation. A number of people, a multitude of people, or a population also cannot be called a nation. Then, what is a nation? When a number of people having values and virtues work with dexterity and devotion to achieve a common integrated program, one sees the formation of a nation along with its glorious achievements. When people are disintegrated and self centered, seeking only the individual interest without regard for others, with no dedication to any common cause, they can never constitute a nation. Politicians, economists, and scientists may appear to be working hard and give an artificial look of integration, but they can never succeed in creating or building up a true nation. The programs of the objective scientists never consider man as important. They give more importance to environment and circumstances than individuals. A nation is composed of individuals. The nature and texture of their values and virtues determine the nature and strength of the individual. Hence, how can a nation be developed only with the development of programs, schemes, and laws and advancement of science and technology? However, we have to remember that the contributions of the economists, politicians, and scientists cannot be disregarded. Their development programs, their laws and directions, their research and development are rendered weak if the morals and character of the individuals are without values and virtues. Their programs fail if the character and integrity is weak and wanting, as they are the backbone of the program structure. Political workers make reforms and enact policies for better governance of the country. They maintain law and order for peaceful functioning of the people. They maintain the country's image and also relationship with other countries of the world. However, if the individuals in charge lack proper vision, their political ideals fail. Many empires have fallen in this manner. Similarly, in the economic field, the economists make plans for material prosperity and growth of the wealth. However, if the individuals lack integrity and strength of character, then there is moral and cultural degradation. There is aggrandizement and exploitation ending in poverty. Again, scientific achievements can be beneficial if the individuals are rational and ethical. If they lose their discrimination, they use the progress for destructive purposes. Achievement becomes a curse instead of a blessing and a threat to mankind. So, in spite of progress in the field of objective inquiry, they do not qualify to be called a nation. When people are knit together with bonds of character, they live the principle of service and sacrifice. This dynamic spirit can be achieved by religion alone. Swami Chinmayananda says, philosophy is the pure science of life, and when translated into practical living, it is termed religion. In other words, religion may be said to be an applied science in life. Only faithfully following religious precepts and doctrines can create the sense of security among individuals, which will go to make a happy community. Only inspired efforts of such people can build a nation. Therefore, it is the duty of every individual to give out his best for humanity in the spirit of selfless sacrifice, wanting nothing for himself except the privilege of serving mankind. This will result in a mighty world with power, prestige, and strength for all. In the present world situation, this spirit should be discovered immediately. This will assure for us a future as a happy, progressive, united world community of nations for rewarding peace and meaningful progress.